Hey, welcome back to the Get Up Girl podcast with your gal Joanna Vargas. And I am here with one of my really good, like that too, girlfriends, Stephanie Gilstrap. She is a style wardrobe coach and she has been on the Get Up Girl many, many times. She was actually in the Sleigh Gals last year for 2020. She'll be back this year again. And because I personally just am in love with this extension of what we wear, how we look, is how we feel inside. So I do want to talk about that. Stephanie, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Joanna. It's so good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. I'm excited to
Yeah.
chat because there's three things that I do want to ask you about today. And the first
Mhm,
one is I do want to talk about makeup.
mhm.
So everybody listening out there, our gentlemen too, if anybody, adds, I don't know, do you know if more men are wearing makeup? I wonder. like
Yeah, actually, they are
re-
definitely.
isn't there a line now for like men's makeup? Anyway, so for makeup, this was a big aha for me, Stephanie. I was in my early 20s and I tell the story, vaguely, but in my 18, 19 teen years up until my early 20s, I wore my messiness as a badge of honor. It was like, I look like this, and if you don't like it, then too bad for you. But that was my way of hiding, Stephanie. That was my way of like not honoring my face, not honoring me. And something happened where I said, you know what? I'm going to start to wear makeup. And when the world sees me, when I see the world sees me. And knowing that every time I left my house, I wanted to be presentable. And something really changed inside me. It wasn't it wasn't egotistical with the makeup. There was something inside that was sad and lonely when I didn't put myself together. And knowing the difference, I know there is something there for many of us that say, I don't care, take me for who I am. You just get out of bed and you leave your house. So, what do you think about that, Stephanie, when your clients say, who cares what I look like? I don't have to put on makeup. I'm just going to throw on some yoga pants.
Yeah. Well, that's such a great question, Joanna, because, I think a lot of us at different times of our lives, and those of you listening, maybe it's you right now, maybe it's you in the past, but I do think that, yes, on the surface, we will often say that it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, that's so superficial, all of that stuff. But like you said, really, truly, if you were to really open yourself up and examine where that's really coming from, there is a very high likelihood that there is some kind of emptiness inside or desire to actually deflect attention from yourself.
Deflect.
Um, yeah. Yeah, because and that goes with, clothes, anything to do with our appearance, and even like the shape that our body's in and things like that. I truly believe that that's all related to, like you said, how we are feeling on the inside. And often as women, we do find ourselves in, times of our lives where we are actually deep down trying to hide,
Mm.
for one reason or another. So,
Mhm. You are so right because at that time, oh, apologies,
no
dings
worries.
are coming in. At that time, when I was like 18 to like 22,
Mhm.
I was deflecting from me. I did want to hide. However, if somebody told me that then at that moment, tongue twister, I don't think I would have believed them. I wasn't aware enough to know that I was hiding, that I was like, don't look at me. Deflect. That is the word, girl. Okay,
Mhm.
this is my little tip because a lot of my fitness clients ask me, like right now, I'm about to go teach a fitness class. I'll take off my earrings or whatever. But, I start off with this is like a half face. It might look like a full face, but it's a half
Mhm.
face.
Mhm.
And then by the end of the class, I sweat it off a little bit. But I do get this a lot, Stephanie. Why do you wear makeup to work out? You're just going to sweat it off. And I wear it for me. I wear it from when I get in my car and I drive there. I feel good. I wear it for when I get out of the car and I walk into the gym. I feel good. I wear it for when I look into my rearview mirror and I feel good. And I'm like, so it does sweat off. It's all good. But for me, my little tip, Stephanie, is it's the it's the makeup you put underneath. so that it doesn't sweat off. And
Mhm.
some girls are like, "Oh my gosh, can you teach that class?" They're like, "Cuz I don't know how to put on workout makeup." Right? And I guess as a
Mhm.
dancer, I know how to put on makeup so that you can sweat through and it stays. And
Yes.
I'm gonna look in the mirror, Stephanie. It's for me. I'm making love to me. So
Mhm.
when you go to the gym, how do you go to the gym and how do you work out? Like, what do you wear?
Oh gosh, yes. I love to always just feel my best. I don't care where I'm going because it helps me to show up even just from an energy perspective as the best version of myself. And that goes for the clothes too. You know, the clothes and the makeup is I think we can all agree that when we do have a little bit of makeup on, we have a different energy to us. We are, you know, you're literally going to be lifting a little bit heavier that
Yes,
day. You're going
yes,
to be a little more into
yes,
your moves that day,
yes,
right?
yes.
Because you just feel your best. You feel attractive, and that's really okay. And that's how we should want to always feel, no matter where we're going, right? So it only benefits us in every area of our lives. So if it's benefiting us, why not, you know, receive that benefit at the gym as well? That's how I see it. So, and when you have a bomb workout outfit on, you work out better, right?
You
It's all the same.
100% Stephanie. You are so freaking right. Like when I feel good and I'm going to the gym, I got a cute little outfit. I do. I
Yeah,
work out stronger. I lift heavier. I'm singing all the songs. I'm smiling at everybody
yeah,
because I'm not hiding. I'm like, here I am. Yes,
yeah.
100%. I love how you said you show up. Like
Hmm.
even when I go hiking in the morning, and again, I know we're talking about physical things, but
Hmm.
I go hiking in the morning. I'm like, I show up for me. I want to feel like I'm ready. I'm ready to see the world. That's how I
Hmm.
see it. I'm ready to see the
Hmm.
world. I'm out and about and I'm here. Oh, that
Hmm.
is so good. Okay, little side note. I just had an aha maybe about 6 months ago that this was my chosen workout outfit. I always had my leggings and then I would wear like a workout top but a loose one. Okay, I would normally not wear like a really really tight one. I would wear a loose one and I would choose like I would go to the store, Stephanie, and my eye would automatically go to the loose top that had like a little U cut, over
Hmm.
the butt and the
Yep.
front. And the
Yep.
reason was because I believed that I looked better and thinner in those tops.
Hmm.
And about 6 months ago I started to wear them tucked in. I started to tuck
Hmm.
those in. And then I started to wear like a little, when you tie a little bow on the side. And so
Yeah.
I would stop them at my rib cage. And so my leggings, you see everything. There's nowhere to hide. And I was having better workouts, Stephanie, because I felt like, oh, I feel cute. I just feel better. And I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, I had been hiding. Even though I didn't think I was hiding, I was hiding my body. So then hiding my workouts. So then hiding me, et
Hmm.
cetera, from that, just that little change.
Yeah, isn't that amazing how that happens? And yeah, you know what? I think often too, this is an interesting way to think about it too, is like when I have as well worn like those kind of bigger tops in the past, even during my workouts. And it's almost like for me, it was a way to like stay in my safe zone and not like push myself as hard because I couldn't fully see what was happening with my body. Whereas when I do wear something more fitted, it almost is like a unspoken motivator for me. I mean, you have to have the right mindset and make sure you're not getting down on yourself. But for me, it's almost like, okay, I would love to see a little more curves here. So, I'm going to do that extra rep at the end
Yeah.
of this set because, I want to get to feeling right in these like more form fitting clothes. And, yeah, that travels over into everyday life as well, is that in general, when we show off more of like that smallest part of our waist, regardless of what our size is, it creates whatever like an hourglass shape. It doesn't have to mean that in the traditional sense, but for your own body,
Mm.
the waist is typically the smallest part of the body. Everyone's different and that's not always the case, but it does tend to naturally make us feel a little bit more sexy, and when we feel sexy we feel more motivated. So
You are so right. Yeah, because in my head, the story I was telling myself, what it was not a traditional hourglass, so then I'm going to hide it rather than, but it is the smallest part. So now I'm going to share
mhm.
it. And
Mhm.
I have a different workout. I'm actually happier in the workout. Such
Mhm.
an awareness. But like I said, if
Yeah.
you told me that a couple years ago, I wouldn't have. No, I like these tops. Nah, I was
Mhm.
so lying. I was buying that lie, Stephanie. Totally.
Yep.
Yeah. And
We all
okay,
do it.
we all buy that lie until we're like, oh,
Yep.
you have that that aha Oprah moment.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
the second thing I do want to talk about are colors.
Mhm.
Same thing with working out and also other things where I would tend to go for the blacks, the darker colors. And I
Mhm.
know now for me, my awareness is I was hiding. I'm hiding behind
Mhm.
the darker colors. And now it's having the conscious choice. I wear black leggings like 99% of the time. And that's because I sweat and I look like I peed. Anybody else know? Like, or am I the only one? Like I have
Yeah, so true.
certain spots when or I'll buy pants that like have um like a pattern so that it
Uh-huh.
because I do sweat right there.
Yeah.
I'm like I feel
Mhm.
comfortable in black, but then the tops I'll change out. Today I'm wearing black, but other
Mhm.
than that I'm like okay, now I'm gravitating towards the brighter pinks, yellows, like Easter colors for
Mhm.
tops.
Mhm.
And when I do wear those, I do feel happier, lighter, and I know when I'm wearing black I come off very like intense and strong. So when you choose colors, Stephanie, for any day of the, not just working out, how do you choose your colors?
Yeah. So, I mean, it is important, like you said, to understand and have an awareness around, how certain colors make you feel. And there is legitimate color psychology, which I think most of us have heard of, that every single color evokes different emotions in us and the people around us,
Mm.
which I always find very fascinating. So, it is important to really check in with yourself if you are someone that always just goes towards the blacks or the grays, that kind of thing. Like, is this actually bringing me energy? Because you should be choosing colors that legitimately bring you energy, which is like a real thing.
Mm.
Some people just really like black, and that's cool. Like, there are some women that just rock black. They're so
Yeah.
confident, like that's their
Yeah.
jam. But I will say that that is very few and far between, that's like a real, that's you're really doing it because that's what makes you confident. It's typically not. So you got to check in with yourself, right? So
Mhm.
for me, I literally will choose based upon how I want to feel, quite honestly. And if I need energy, which for workouts, we almost always do, right? We're just maybe sometimes dragging a little bit. And you want to like bring it during your workout, just like with the makeup, is I will often choose brighter colors. I mean, and especially a lot of us don't realize we do this, but if the weather outside is super bad, um, most people will gravitate towards darker colors because we already just kind of feel down.
Mhm.
But if you make a point of going towards colors that are more energizing, it's going to help offset that poor weather, and it's going to give you that more of that energy and motivation to actually go do your workout, even if you're struggling to make that happen. So,
Yeah, Stephanie, I just realized the other day I was, because it's the season is changing. I'm in Los Angeles, but it still kind of feels like
hmm
summer. Okay. But there's
yep.
certain days when it's a little colder and you go to the back of your closet. And I had a aha, Stephanie. I'm like, they're all dark clothes in here. I didn't
hmm
realize that. I'm like, I really have no bright colors. And I wanted to wear bright colors that day. I'm like, well, I'm
hmm
gonna wear black because that's all I got. Like,
Yeah.
okay, the awareness to start choosing different colors. Now I did that with my workout clothes, but I hadn't done it for my, everyday wear. Plus, I didn't go out much last year, so I didn't buy many clothes. The year of the
hmm
pandemic, these are all my 2019 clothes. Anybody
hmm
else there? Same as
hmm
well. I mean, I got a few pieces.
Yep.
And I'm like, those two were not bright colors. I'm like,
hmm
okay, I see where I'm gravitating when I go to the store. So now I'm going to make that a priority to go,
hmm
okay, let's make some new pieces. Let's get rid of some old ones that don't give me joy. Looking at my
hmm
closet, Stephanie, I don't have joy looking at it. Like looking at it right now, it's very dark.
Yeah.
Cheetah, jeans, like even
hmm
jean top colors. It's just very, very dark. Love it. And for
hmm
those days when I want to go colorful, I
hmm
don't have that many colors. So, what do you suggest when I walk into a store or I'm buying online?
hmm
When you gravitate towards colors, do you think to yourself, like, okay, in a day of this, when I feel like this, I would like to wear this top? Like, do you foresee when you buy stuff, or do you just buy it because you like yellow or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think a little bit of both, because I am always thinking about like how I'm going to wear something and how it's going to make me feel and, how it's going to go with all the other things in my closet, that
Mm,
kind of thing.
okay.
But I always first glance will just go by vibe basically of like, am I really drawn to this thing? And then I'll look a little deeper at it, like, okay, well, how would I wear this? Does it match with the rest of my closet? Like, am I for the price, am I going to be able to get enough like wares to
Mhm.
justify the cost? Or is it just kind of more of a trendy piece that I'll only wear once or twice, but it's like $100? Well, for me, that doesn't really make sense. Is it's a cost per wear, which is another interesting thing to think about.
I like that.
Yeah, but so yeah, I mean, and like for instance, this chunky cardigan that I'm wearing right here, it's based as black, so
Mhm.
it fits with the season and everything else, but because it has
Yes.
the pop of the brighter colors,
Yes.
it helps to kind of bring that energy up, but it's still like functional, appropriate for the season. So
Yes, that is something I would totally gravitate towards. You're right, because
mhm.
it gets darker earlier, and I wanna
Mhm.
feel like that. Okay, love it. I
Yeah.
really liked what you said, Stephanie, because I don't tend to think like that. How many ways can I wear this top, bottom, etcetera? I don't
Mhm.
think like that. I just go, "I
Mhm.
like this top," and then that's it.
Mhm.
Then I come home and
Mhm.
go, "Okay, what is it gonna go with?" I don't
Yeah.
foresee it. I just gravitate and I impulse buy.
Uh-huh.
And asking those questions, oh, that's gonna so help me. Can I wear this with a skirt? Can I wear this with jeans? Okay, no, I can only wear it with these one pair of jeans. Okay,
Yep.
cost per wear, is it or maybe how many seasons is it gonna last me, but I'll only wear
Right.
it a couple times each season. Love that, because then I have a
Yeah.
whole closet of stuff that I don't wear because I didn't foresee. I'm like, "This doesn't go with anything I got." I have
Yeah.
to buy something to match it. Go for it.
It's so true, and, like, that's where I think as women, we often and me in the past as well, have gotten ourselves into trouble, especially when it comes to sales and things like that,
Yeah,
right? Because we're just looking at the price
price.
tag and we're like, "Oh, this is a really cute top. Oh, it's cheap." But then when you really stop and you think about it and you're like, "Oh, well, wait, I'll legitimately probably only be able to wear this twice, or maybe the material's not great and I'll wash it once and it'll kind of be messed up." So even though I only spent $10 on it, cost per wear, that's $10 just to wear it one time or
Mhm.
whatever. And then it's actually ends up being a not good use of our money. So things like that, it's kind of a great mindset shift to start thinking, just asking yourself a couple additional questions when you do see something that you really like, just to truly see if it's going to be a good buy or not, both financially, but also just from like a closet perspective. So,
So great. I love that. That really, really helps.
mhm.
Ooh, okay. Well, third thing I want to talk about is our appearance, our clothing, our hair, the way we show up into the world is an extension of how we feel, of what's going on inside. And this is still every day an aha for me. I'm still awakening and awakening. And I know when I'm hiding and I know when I feel good. And I'm like, I know I'm an infinite being, Stephanie, like an infinite being. I can do whatever. And I'm like, when I'm 80 years old, am I going to look back and go, dang, I didn't have fun with clothes? Like, I don't think
Yeah.
that's a question we ask ourselves. It's like a toy, it's
Yeah.
fun, like it's a tool. I don't think we look at it like that enough. I don't think we have
Mm.
these conversations enough. This is our beautiful vessel. My best friend is my body. She is my
Mhm.
best friend. This is my girl. And I'm not dressing her up, you know?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm peekabooing Stephanie. I sometimes dress her up. I sometimes throw crap on her down to the pajamas. And we've talked about this. Every time you and I
Mhm.
talked afterwards, I walk away with a little something. I hope for
Mhm.
everybody listening too. And the pajamas and the underwear really stood out with me. Like I started wearing, no more loose pajamas. I started wearing,
Mhm.
cute, tight, form-fitting pants to go to sleep. And everybody's like, "Who
Mhm.
cares? Just wear the loose pajamas." I'm like, "No, I want to feel sucked in. I don't want to feel
Mhm.
like I wake up and my pants are around my ankles because they're just so big."
Right.
So the extension, even down to your underwear, even down to when we sleep, is how we feel. So I know with your clients, Tell us about that. I'm like stuttering my words again, but I get really, really passionate about this because I know there's such an extension of us.
Yeah, totally. Well, like what you were saying about like, when we're older, are we going to like look back and, unfortunately, like people have regrets as we get older that they didn't like fully live their life. And it is, I feel like sometimes, people don't get it when I say this, but it truly is such a important part of your life as a woman to like feel beautiful.
Mhm.
And many of us have, been, let's say, hurt in one way or another, where we do want to hide, or we never had a female figure in our lives that it was able to teach this to us. So we feel almost like ashamed that we don't know how to do our makeup or we don't understand clothes. So we fall into that, oh, well, it doesn't matter, when in reality, we're hurting inside, right? Because we don't know. So if you are someone listening that, can relate to that, know that you're not alone. That's very, very common.
Mhm.
Um, but I do believe that it is so important as women for us to tap into that beauty. And if you have trouble being able to do that, like, ask for help. Find, even just like a friend, like, hey, let's watch a few YouTube videos. I really want to learn how to
Yeah.
like style my hair or just blow
Mhm.
out my hair so my hair feels pretty, or how to put on eyeshadow. Like, I really want to learn how to do this because every single one of us can relate to, even if it was just one time that really stands out where you just got done up for one
Yeah.
reason or another, even if someone did it for you and you just had like the best night of your life.
Yes.
And that was just like a standout moment for you. And so, we gotta figure out how to re-tap into that, because truly we should be able to feel that, very, very often, if not daily, in our lives. So,
Oh, I had a big aha as you're talking, Stephanie, because I was listening to a podcast and he was talking about luxury in life. And he was
mhm,
talking about China, where when we have China, fine China, we only use it on special occasions. And he's like, every day is a special occasion at my house
mhm.
because I'm alive. So he's like, I eat cereal off my China. And it's the same
I
thing
love
with
it.
like, yeah, clothing. Like every
Yeah.
day, what if every day it was like we got our makeup done? It's that
Mhm,
feeling, and you're so we all had our makeup done. I hope everybody listening at least once
mhm,
where you're like, and
mhm.
you feel so great. You don't even wanna wash your face. You're like, "What can
Yeah.
we do? Where can we go today? Because my makeup is I'm home,
Yep.
I got my outfit." Yeah, and what if
Mhm,
I totally get we're not gonna have that every day, but if we can
mhm,
recreate that essence, that
mhm,
feeling of that and tap into that even when we're sleeping in our pajamas. I get it with the makeup, but just that feeling of like I feel good in my sheets. I feel
mhm,
every day's a special occasion. Every
mhm.
day we're quote unquote eating off the china. Oh
Mm.
my gosh, that's my takeaway from today.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, if your clothes were china, would you have
Yep,
fine china or do you have the paper solo cups or the
right.
plastic ones that
Yeah.
you're going to throw away?
Yeah, I love that. That is so good. And I will say, like, I also want to, say that clothes don't have to be like expensive. You know what I mean? So like it can still be China in terms of makes you feel like your best self and all of that, but it doesn't have to be super expensive. It's just important to understand your body, your proportions, the clothes that are going to work best for you. And I've really gotten into thrifting lately. I just think it's like so fun and amazing. This
It is fun.
this yeah, this cardigan is thrifted, and but it was just because I was drawn to it. It makes me feel great. It was inexpensive. It's quality,
Uh-huh.
so just thinking outside the box, right, of that China can totally just mean feeling like your best self, right?
Yes. Oh, I love that you brought that up because when I get takeout food, Stephanie, I'm still going to take it out and I'm going to put it on my plate. I'm going to
Yep.
use a real fork. Some people still eat
Uh-huh.
out of the takeout box. And I'm like, not for me. I'm taking it. I,
Yeah.
I want to feel like I made it at home. It's the
I do
same
that
kind of,
same thing. Yeah.
it's that luxury feeling, even though it's
Yep.
not luxury. I
Right.
want to use my real fork. And so I see that in correlation with how we feel and with the clothing and things like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. Oh, okay. I love the thrifting thing as well. I grew up thrifting, not because it was cool, but because we didn't have much money.
Me
I was
too.
like, yeah, we were doing it before it was cool.
Yeah.
Now you go to like the thrift store and like that t-shirt's $30. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in the day it was 50 cents, right?
Yeah.
Or
Right.
go to yard sales. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah. So such an extension of how we feel. And so those three things that we talked about, makeup, colors, and the extension of how we feel, and having that awareness and living your best life all the time, like it's China all the time. This is a special occasion all the time. And how can we have
Mhm.
fun with our best friend, our vessel, our body, and dress them up, dress her up, dress them up? That's how
Yeah.
I see that, and having fun with it. Like when I was a young girl and I had, gosh, Barbies, and I used to dress them up.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I want to look at myself as like, okay, I want to dress myself up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so true. And just, we have to the other side of that is I think a lot of women hesitate though when we say, just have fun with it, try things, because there is a lot like deeper things going on there that hold us back. And I think one of the biggest things is, we are afraid to like make mistakes at style or make mistakes with our makeup and or feel stupid. We're trying to feel beautiful, but what if we feel stupid? Like
Mhm.
that would be awful. Like,
If you try
that's
something, just
that's what's going through our mind, right? But it is just like with anything in life where we have to like even the tiniest little baby steps, just one little change at a time, not
Mhm,
trying to do like a complete overhaul all at once if you don't
mhm.
have the resources to do that. But just tiny little things where, yeah, if you feel great that one time you had blush on, put a little blush on, start with
Mhm.
that, right? Like, and then start paying attention more to like, maybe hop on Pinterest and learn like tiny little tips and just add to it. And same
Mhm.
goes with clothes. But we have to be willing to take the first step and we have to be willing to be consistent with it to really be able to see change.
That is great advice. Really great nuggets because I have like my staples, Stephanie, my
Hmm.
eyebrows, my mascara, and my
Hmm.
like, what do you call it? Contouring. I don't
Yeah,
really use
contour.
blush, but yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
and that's enough right there. Those
Yeah,
three, even if I'm going to just walk around the
perfect.
block, boom, that's enough where people go, oh, you don't even look like you have makeup on. Right. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, it's just enough. But if I didn't have this, you'd probably tell. But I feel
yeah.
good in my own skin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those three
that's
things.
great. Yeah, and for me, I feel like I always have to have my eyes done because I have like hooded eyes, so I really feel like if I don't put like a little bit of bronzer in the crease, like I don't feel my best because I feel like I don't have any like shape to my eyes. So just figuring out like what is that even yeah, if it's just one to three things that you could just do really quick
Yeah.
and it really will make a big difference like you said. So, mhm.
Yeah. And I do want to end with this. When I do that, because I'll hear, I don't have enough time in the morning. I make this my ritual. So it's my time in the bathroom to listen to a podcast, to what else do I do? I drink my coffee. I'm drinking my coffee as I do those three things. And it's
Mhm,
my time. And
mhm,
nobody can take that from me.
mhm,
And I even let my partner know, I'm like, look, in the morning, I need this amount of time. Just leave me alone because I need to listen to my
mhm,
podcast. I need to do this. And I do it wherever we are, Stephanie. It could be I'm
mhm,
on vacation, or it's a Sunday, or it's a Monday. That is my time. And I know when I don't have
mhm.
that time, it's not, the foundation is not there. So I brought that ritual into my morning routine as well. And
Mhm.
that's my podcast learning time. My makeup is my learning time. It's like a little
Yeah,
classroom in my bathroom.
I love it. Yep, it can totally be a multitask moment where it's
Mhm.
just all about priorities, right? So if anything we want to prioritize, we can make time for, and it doesn't have to take much, right? Even if you're doing one, two, three things
Yeah.
on your face real quick, it can be less than 5 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
less than 5 minutes.
hmm,
Exactly.
hmm,
Yeah.
hmm.
Stephanie, thank you so much. And I'm excited for you to speak at Sleigh Gals again. Everybody save the date. It's Saturday, December 4th. We start, what time? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Pacific. So check out your time zones for that. And we're going to go for about 2.5 hours. We have about 5 to 6 gals talking. Stephanie's going to talk about wardrobe again. We'll see what we, hone in on. And you can
Mhm.
ask her a question live that day. So please, the link is going to be in the bio. You can sign up for that. And her body shape style guide. You can go to her Instagram. What is your Instagram again? Let's plug that.
Yeah, it's a Steph G style.
Oh, Steph G. Okay, that's got it. Steph G
Yep.
style.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I like that. Steph G style. Check out that and get her body shape style guide. Stephanie
Hmm.
is phenomenal. You got to check out all her reels. Just such a great soul. Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing all of your invitation of allowing women to step into a whole new possibility. That's how I see it.
Mm.
It's a new possibility. We're not wrong for choosing what we chose, but it's like, what if I invite you and that's what you have? And so, congratulations on all your success. Just really happy to have
Thank
you here.
you. How can it get better than this?
Girl, how can it get any better than this? I wonder. How can my closet get any better? There
That's right.
it is. And how
There
do
you
I get
go.
it for free? I wonder. How does it just
That's
happen?
right.
Show me,
Oh,
God. Show me.
that's
Where is
right.
it?
Thank you, Joanna. It's always so great to see you. And I'll see you guys listening at Sleigh Gals. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
We'll see you at Sleigh Gals. Bye, y'all.
Bye.